How you doing, guys? Today, I think I'm going to try to get my 1957 RJ35 up and running. The plan is to take this tractor to the 2024 Wheel Horse Show. This tractor's been at the Wheel Horse Show at least 3 or 4 times in the past. The last time was when I had the grab bag Kohler engine all put together and took it there for the first time. That's the plan for this show, is also to take it with the grab bag Kohler. I do need to get some fuel for it, and then just kind of check the oil, go over it, make sure it starts up and runs. One thing I am going to do is I'm going to put the original tires back on the original rims, because I have these like 512 tires on it. So I'm going to take those off. Those are original RJ35 front rims with reproduction tires on it, but those are not the original rims to this tractor. I have those out in the shed, so we'll go ahead and swap the original front tires and front rims on it. If you don't know what the grab bag Kohler is, that was a project that I did on the channel. Check my playlist if you'd like, where I used all used parts from, I don't know, 5 or 6 different Kohler K90, K91 engines. It runs great, and it's got really good compression. So as far as I know, we should be able to add fuel and this thing will run. I'll change the oil. I've checked the oil, but we'll change the oil after we get it running. Oil looks fine. It probably doesn't even need to be changed, but we'll go ahead and change that oil once we get it up and running. So let's head over to one of the, I want to get some unethanol fuel for it. So I'm just going to get some True Fuel or something like that to get it started. So let me go do that. Let's get the, hopefully it'll start, and then we'll get these rims and tires back together. That was a total cold startup. This tractor hasn't been run, and I think this is a year. I think it's about a year, no, maybe 2 years that this thing hasn't run. I know I didn't start it up. I don't believe I started it up last summer, but it fired right up. No smoke, no nothing. Carburetor sounds like it needs a little bit of adjustment, but in general, it's idling really nice. Can barely hear the lift of the valves. Keep in mind, this is all used parts in this engine from like about 5 or 6 different engines. The only thing that's new in this engine is a set of rings. I honed it and I put a set of rings, but they're not even Kohler rings. They're Clinton rings. So this thing purrs like a kitten. Let's get it out on the road and let's see if it'll drive. Not running too bad, other than the flat spots on the tires, and I think I don't have enough fuel in the tank to keep it, because it wants to die and fart and pop. But overall, there's a very dry. Seems to be running pretty good. All right, let's get it back in the garage and think about changing these tires over. I think the spitting and spattering, especially when it's under load, is because I didn't have enough fuel in the tank. If I give you a little shot of this, you can see I probably didn't put enough fuel in that tank. I don't know if you can see the level in there. It's just barely covering the, yeah, there's the screen in there. And it's just barely on the screen. So it's probably got not enough fuel in there. So what I'm going to do now, because it's hot, We're going to go ahead and dump the oil out of this thing and refill it. I'm just going to put some Shell Rotella 30 weight in it. That's what I got for it. That's what I got here today. So let me go ahead and get the pan. Let's dump the oil, let's refill it. I'll put some more fuel in it and we'll get it started back up. Okay, I got fresh 30 weight Rotella in the engine. I checked it. It looks like it's still, looks like we got the correct amount in there. Let's go ahead and see if she's going to start. I did put more fuel in it. Ignition on. We'll crack it off of idle. And it's in neutral. Always make sure you either have this thing in neutral or the belt off, so that way it doesn't take off on you if it does start. Fuel's on. Let's see what happens. Beautiful. Uh-oh. I might have talked a little too soon, but there we go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take it outside. I forgot to videotape the second ride, but it ran fine. I did do a little carb adjustment. It seemed to be a little bit lean, so I richened it up. The governor doesn't hunt and pick anymore. So I think the next thing I need to do is go ahead and swap the tires. I got to go downstairs and get the tires and the tubes for those rims, so that way I can put those back on. And I'll get out to the shed and I'll go get the front tires. All right, the first tire is mounted. This is back in the day when I used to do the white letters on the tires. I still like the look. Probably some people don't like it, but that's fine. Didn't use any soap or lubricant. Probably should have. I will on the next one. The valve stem sticks out perfect. And that's it. So that tire's done. I got this rim up and ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead, get this thing on, and then we'll swap those rear tires. Just to give you a little show of what the difference between a 612 tire, which I have here, that's the original tire and rim to the RJ35, compared to these 512 tires that I had on it for a short period of time because I liked that check pattern. But the 612 is the way this tractor originally came, so that's why we're going back to it. I'm going to get the next tire on, and then I'll head out to the shed to go get the original front tires. Just another little compare and contrast. The tire on the right-hand side is the original RJ rim and tire from this tractor. That is a 4.8. I believe it's a BF Goodrich. No, it's a Goodyear. Sorry, it's a Goodyear. And this is the size of a 4.8 reproduction tire like you get from Miller Tire. So it's a little bit, it's a little narrower, not quite as tall. So just things to consider when you're looking for new tires. And there we go, 1957 wheel horse RJ35. Runs good, runs real good. Might need to do a little tweaking on the carburetor. Maybe I might even have to take it off and give it a good cleaning. Seems to fart and pop a little bit, but no big deal. Runs great. I mean, pulled up my driveway, governor kicked in, everything ran real smooth. I cannot complain. The original tires are back on it. So unless something catastrophic happens, oh yeah, by the way, Kyle, there's the 59. Unless something catastrophic happens between now and the Wheel Horse show, this old girl is ready to rock and roll. I'm just going to do a little greasing on the VinsRJ and on the rear hubs. But outside of that, that is it. This one is a done deal. All right, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you can get to the Wheel Horse show this year. That would be great. I would love to meet you. And as always, like, share, and subscribe. And until the next project, you have a great day.